It's time for Walter to go. Give him the heave-ho. This football isn't working. We're asking if he was to be shoved soon, who would be coming in the door? We're also asking, is the chairman to blame or is that unfair? We're talking about refereeing standards in the Championship as well. Would we like to see VAR coming in? And because of the American election, a cheeky question, who is the best North American or South American import at Hull City? We've got Matty, Ben and Jack back with us to review a number of games this week. We've got Oxford to talk about and we've got West Brom to get through as well. Matty, before we get into the footballing side, is it unfair for us to now call for his head because the performances against Oxford and West Brom, in parts, have been all right, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they have. To be fair, I think it's putting the full performance together, which has been a struggle. Like we were just discussing, I don't think it was an awful performance today. Poor start, obviously, but after that, they kind of rallied around. They rallied around a little bit, showed a bit of character, got back into the game. But second half was huff and puff. Second half, we didn't really do much. But yeah, it's tricky, but it's just not working, is it? It's just nothing. It's just not working at the minute. And West Brom second half just sat in, and we struggled to break them down second half. So the performances are there, but we're just not being clinical enough. We just obviously haven't got the quality there to put the chances away at the moment. Yeah, it's a real struggle.
Ben, no win in 12, 4 defeats in the last 7, no heart attack football. Last week you were on the fence. Are you this week?
No, absolutely not. The stats you've just said, it just says it all. No wins in 12. We've not kept a clean sheet in 12 either. Yeah, the performances have been all right in parts. It's just, I just don't think it's sustainable. And like a lot of people are saying, it gives you vibes of the 2019-20 season when we got rid of Jared Bowen and Kamil Grzycki. That's just, it's almost like a similar situation to
that. Jack, the relegation zone line is nearly touching you. You're only there on goal difference. What's going on? Are you worried?
Yeah, I am. We didn't envisage this at the start of the season, did we? I think we all said we're going to be fine, but it just demonstrates how we need a bit of a change at the helm, and the players just need some confidence. They need something. I think a new change of manager. And a manager who they will adapt to. I don't think they particularly like Walter's style of football. You can see by their attitude and things like that. But yeah, we definitely need a change, and the owner has a big decision to make.
Absolutely. I think anybody went to Oxford away and saw him trudge straight down the tunnel, not come over and even applaud the fans. Yeah, you have every single right, I think, to call for his head, and that's exactly what we're doing on this channel. No more sitting on fences. We want Walter out, and not only that, we've also got a list of ready-made placements to replace him with. So let's have a look at the bookies' favourite to be the next. This is actually the bookies' favourite to be the next Coventry manager. So this is the available managers in terms of bookies: Frank Lampard, Robbie Keane, Matt Bloomfield, obviously at Wickham, John Eustace, which is a weird one, Lee Carsley, Schumacher, Nicky Butt, Rob Edwards might be out of a job in Luton soon, Alan Sheehan and David Wagner, of course. And you can add to that list, because we're looking at it from a whole perspective, Mark Robbins, of course, from Coventry. So, Matty, any of those inspire you?
No. No, I think Robbins is the obvious one, but I think everybody who's in that relegation zone at the moment is thinking the same. Quick, get our manager out and get Robbins in. But is he going to be really interested in coming into a relegation fight? I'm not sure. Actually, do you know the one actually that stands out for me there is John Eustace? Is he currently at Blackburn? Is that right?
He's a Blackburn,
Yeah. I rate him. I think he's good. He obviously did really well with Birmingham last season until they sacked him, which was bizarre, to bring in Rooney. And he's got Blackburn playing, hasn't he? He's got them. They're pushing on towards the playoffs. So he's potentially one. I think Rob Edwards did do a great job at Luton. He looks like he's on the verge, of leaving as well. So for me, probably those two. The others, there's nobody really there that would just stand. I wouldn't want to take a punt on a Lampard or a Keane. I just don't think that's what we need at the minute. We need somebody who's got a bit of championship experience, who's going to keep us up really, or keep us away from that relegation zone. We can't gamble at the moment on somebody like that. So yeah, them two names that I just mentioned there probably for me would be the strongest. But Eustace is never going to leave Blackburn, is he, when they're flying at the minute? So
Ben, would you rather see more seasons of another full season of Walter Ball than Frank Lampard football?
I don't know. I don't know what would be worse, to be honest. I think it would probably just be about as bad as each other. Yeah, I think, like Matty said, there's only a couple on there that are like exciting that would probably get us almost to where we aspire to be. But yeah, I think it's just a difficult one because there's not a great deal of other options if we are to get rid. That's the only thing.
Jan, let's talk about the chairman, for example, a second. Tom says if ACUN doesn't sack him, serious questions need to be asked about his capabilities to run a football club. Alfie says that should be it. Awful performance due to awful management. Hope ACUN gives his head a wobble. Sacking Rossini was the worst thing this club has done in the last decade. Time to put things right. Do you agree that if we are still sat here in a couple of weeks' time looking at the next game and Walter's still there, that ACUN has failed his responsibility to Hull City?
I think the only reason why he'd do that is not to ruin his reputation. I mean, he's sacked a brilliant manager, in my opinion, in Liam Rossini, and he's brought in this new manager who's had little experience in the Championship, well, let alone the English League, and he's not lived up to the expectations. But it was his decision. I think he knows the fans want him out, but for reasons of his own self, I think he'll keep him in just to make him look like a good leader. But I hope that's not the case.
How does it make him look a good leader?
Because if he's stuck by his opinions and stuck by his choice, then he's gambling. He's sticking by his guts. I mean, if you need a strong leader, is someone who sticks by their decisions, sticks by their person, doesn't let anyone stop them.
Matty, there are three worst teams in Hull in this league. So whilst we joke about the relegation line, there's no way Hull are going down. Let's have that right, shall we?
Well, at the moment, there isn't three worst teams in the league. We are probably in those on form. I still think we've got a reasonably good squad, and I think. I think if we get it right in terms of the system and how we play, and I think I'm bored of it, and I know other fans. I'm bored of talking about systems and philosophies and whatever. Just go out and win the game. That's all I wanted you to do now. And I think we've got a player in Pedro that will probably get us out of this. He's now scored 2 goals in 3 games. He works hard. He's making runs off the ball, which Badir was doing early in the season. But I think we've got somebody there who will get us 10 goals easily to get us out of this thing. But it's getting him in the game, which I just don't think we are doing at the moment. He's feeding off scraps, and today was a great header, but it was a ball that was just played into the box. So I think we've still got a reasonable team to get us out of there. But yeah, we're lacking a bit of experience and a bit of championship know-how. Maybe bringing all these players in that haven't played in the championship. It's hard work, isn't it? Playing Tuesday, playing Tuesday, Saturday, Saturdays. It's tough, isn't it? But yeah, I still like to think we'll still be safe.
Okay,
fingers crossed.
All right. We'll leave that there. Hopefully, next time we talk to you in a week's time, it'll be a different storyline altogether. Ben, I want to talk about refereeing decisions just briefly, if that's okay with you, because you've been on the wrong side of some bizarre decisions this season, and they are now becoming every single week. There is an odd decision in a match somewhere, not just one that could have gone either way. It's just stonewall things being missed. Is it time for us to have a conversation about VAR in the Championship, given the poor standard?
The thing is, I think it got to a point like this before it got introduced in the Premier League, and all the fans were getting wrongfully done by refereeing decisions, and then all of a sudden they get VAR and it's not quite what they expected and what they hoped. So I don't know if it's the right thing to bring into the Championship, because the standard of officials is probably a lot worse than that of the Premier League, and then relying on them to also officiate via VAR it's a risk, and I don't think it's one I'd take, to be honest.
Okay. Jack?
No, I don't want VAR. I think it just causes problems. But yeah, going back to referees, I have to say they have been atrocious, especially at the MKM Stadium. I mean, they're given. We do foul, but it's the other team that don't get punished for their fouls too, which really bugs me. So, and Walter does make his presence known, and he has been suspended for it. But the referees do need a bit of kick up their ass, but they definitely don't need VAR. They just need a bit of a talking to.
Matty, do you think the standard's getting worse? It's never been really good, but do you think last couple of seasons you've noticed deterioration?
Yeah, I think so. They haven't got an easy job, have they? Because everybody hates them, and whatever decision they make, they're going to make the wrong decision, aren't they? But I think this probably comes down to the players as well. I think the players have a massive responsibility as well. They're constantly on at the referee and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think the standard is bad, but I think the players could probably do a lot more in kind of just promote. I've got a 12-year-old, and he'll watch he'll watch them on a Saturday, the players, and my team not too bad, but other kids will just go up to the referee and start. I used to referee, and they go and shout at you, and it's just like, this isn't the telly. So the players have a responsibility as well. But yeah, the officiating has been poor. I can't really. The referee should go unnoticed, shouldn't they? In the game, they should just go referee the game and go unnoticed. But I think some of them have got a power trip, haven't they? They want to be the centre of attention. So yeah,
absolutely. Okay. Before we go into our last point, don't forget to press the subscribe button. So many of you did that last week. We are very, very grateful. But if you haven't yet done so, press subscribe, press like. It's a 20-minute whole chat every single week. Every episode drops on a Monday around 6:00. Thank you very much. Our final question this week is a bit of a silly one. It's the American election, of course, this week. So we thought we'd ask you, what's been the biggest North American or South American influence on Hull City? We also asked ChatGPT this as well, and artificial intelligence has given us a couple of answers, which I'll throw back to you. Let's see if you can outwit the computer. Ben, I'll put it as an open question. Any of you give us a shout on any of these?
Well, Hernandez.
Yeah, I'd say Hernandez. Go on, Jack. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Is Giovanni? Would that count?
Yeah, I was going to say Giovanni. Yeah, definitely Giovanni.
So,
yeah.
It's a real struggle, because it's just like we haven't had many.
No.
See, like Boaz Myhill is American, but then represented Wales. So it's just like I don't get it. So they don't even
got a few at the minute, don't we? I think
we've got Vaughan Kerville. We've had him.
Yeah. There's the Altadors actually.
He was awful. He was. We had, was it Ramirez as well? He was awful as well. So yeah, we haven't been littered with great ones.
Okay, you've got them all apart from Corey Gibbs. Yeah, no, me neither. American defender who played briefly for Hull in 2006.
I wasn't even born then.
So there we go. If Hull fan around in 2006, no idea. Maybe Oxford Intelligence has got one completely wrong. I'll definitely Google that one in a minute. But yeah, you got all the others, so well done. Drop us a comment below if you can think of any others. Relevant American influences on Hull City. Right, you three, very good. We will chat, of course, to you again in 7 days. In 7 days' time, when of course we'll be previewing the game against Luton Town, which might be El Sacchio for the first time this season, if both are still in play by then. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you viewing us. Drop us a like, just subscribe if you've not done so. We'll see you the other side of the international break. Thank you very much for watching.